Alright, we are fucking back. And we got some infrared Spectra. And this is an unfiltered IPA Cerveza. Another one from my trip to Mexico. This one is from Cervezaria Principia. Yeah. Principia? So, Cervezaria Principia, and it is, let's see, where are they from? I guess, oh, Monterrey. There we go. Monterrey. So, let's go ahead and grab the old bottle opener here. We will crack into this. There we go. Oh, fuck yeah. And let us get a little look at the color here. Smells great. So this is what we're looking at here. It's got a nice deep orange hue to it. Nice couple fingers of carbonated head there. I actually had this one down in Mexico, and I really enjoyed it. It has good piney hop presence. It has good citrus character, and then just a nice medium malt backbone to kind of keep it from being one-sided. So, again, sort of West Coast IPA DNA, but instead of it being clean and filtered, they left it unfiltered, which does give it just a little bit of soft mouthfeel. Not bad at all. That was one of the nicer ones that I tried down there. Okay. We're going PAA, Phoenix Artisan Accouterments, and this is one of their mashup series. I did this on one of my, or I showed this on one of my mail calls a while back. I can't really tell you how to get it. It's a whole thing. They're just trying to have fun and make it, you know, hard to get by putting a little Easter egg out there. So you'll find it. You just gotta just keep trying to look for the, you know, the hidden messages, you know. Anyhow, this is a mashup of Gondelier and Cavendish, and so Gondelier is kind of like an old world Italian cologne, and I like that one when I got the little sample cologne a while back, and I heard good things about it before then. And then I got Cavendish in a little sample cologne, and I really like that one. That one's supposed to be like a pipe tobacco type scent, hence the name. Anyhow, together they make a phenomenal scent. Most of PAA scents really nice, at least the ones that I've came across. I've tried about 15 of those little sample colognes for 99 cents a pop. Alright, so we got the 3D printed bowl here that was designed by Roger Quintero, and then Tony Dellett added some bumps to the swirls, the ridges that were already in there, and then Marion the Barbarian commissioned a bowl made by Tony Dellett, and then Marion gifted that bowl to me in the USPS Postal Service colorway because I work at the post office. So thank you, Marion, and it is a fantastic bowl, both Roger Quintero and Tony Dellett. So good job, fellas. We're using the Grizzly Bay brush today, and this one, it has a Strike Gold Shave Hair Force 1 knot on it, which I absolutely love the Hair Force 1 knot. At one time, it was my second favorite Badger knot. I thought it was a fairly affordable Badger knot, and on top of that, it had a fantastic face feel, flow through, soft tips, you name it. So I really enjoy every time I get to bust out the Hair Force 1 and talk about talk about having an awesome name for the Badger knot. It doesn't get much better than Hair Force 1 when you're talking about nicknames for your Badger knots. So the scent on this one is sort of warm, sort of sweet. I would say it could be unisex, at least in my opinion, but it might lean just a hair masculine. I really dig the scent on this one. PAA normally does pretty well for me. I think the only scent that I've came across that I really didn't like was actually that bath soap that I reviewed, that Harvest Moon. I was like, nah, fam. Nah, not at all. But this one, 2 thumbs up. I really like the scent on this one. This little mashup is a banger. And actually, I was looking at some of the other mashups, and they all looked really good, to be honest. I mean, they take some of the most popular scents in PAA's lineup and then mix them together, and, you know, what else, you know, what do you expect? Take stuff that already worked on its own and put it together with something that also worked on its own. Together, they just make a baby full of beautifulness. Alright, so this here is another Roger Quintero designed safety razor, and this one is called the Raptor. The Raptor SE razor, and it, as you can see right there, it is a gem razor, and you can kind of see plenty of space for flow through, and that little lever actually puts upward tension on the blade, and then you can see there it has like little post holes on either end that the blade kind of sits in, and it sits perfectly in place. Now, the way it does the tension is actually through the handle. So you release tension on the handle and you release tension on the blade. Let me put it back in just a hair. And then the blade just slides out from the back. If I could get my hands on it. So you can see there the little post holes where it kind of sits. You just slide it in from the back. Try to keep an eye on those post holes. And then you start twisting the handle up, and it starts putting pressure on that spine of the blade. And the only thing you really have to do is hold it on either end to keep it from sliding forward. That way it actually lines up with those post holes, and then twist it tight. And these are 3D printed parts, so you don't really got to rank it down. Just twist it tight, and then there you have it. So let's get on with the shave, and let's see how this goes. This will be my first use with it, so you never know. I gotta say, I do like the angle that it is effective at. It seems pretty intuitive to where I naturally shave at. I think my lather is a little bit dry, but I mean, that's okay in my opinion. I don't really give a damn. The scent on this one is about a 5 out of 10. Maybe a 6 out of 10. It's there to be enjoyed, and I definitely appreciate that about PAA. They normally have a fairly decent scent strength. Yeah, it feels, I get some blade feel, as I do with most gem razors. But as with most of Roger's designs, it's not feeling threatening to me. It's like these 3D printed razors. They're almost destined to give you a little bit of blade feel. Or maybe that's just Roger's design. But they, at the same time, it's intuitive blade angle or cutting angle, and it doesn't feel threatening. At least to me. I'm pretty accustomed to some blade feel, and I actually enjoy a little bit of blade feel. I don't like it when it's like, I don't like it when it begins to feel threatening. So I don't like, you know, walking on eggshells while I'm performing my shave. But as long as the as long as it doesn't feel like super threatening, then I don't mind a little bit of blade feel. Like if I feel like I can perform my shave without getting all tore up. Now obviously performing safe technique is going to be all on me, but I think the razor feeling safe is a total other factor, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. This one, it feels safe to me. It has blade feel, but it feels safe. Feels non-threatening. And I've had very good luck with Roger's designs. You can find his designs on, the website is called Thingiverse. Thingy, like the word thing, and then the letter I, and then verse, like universe, but Thingiverse. .com, I believe. And then his username is Roger Quinn. Not the full Roger Quintero, but Roger Quinn. And you can see some of his designs. He has a bunch of wet shaving 3D printed stuff. Really cool stuff. And I do believe if you have a 3D printer, you can download his designs and print it for yourself. I believe. Now, I don't think he intends people to print things and make a profit off them. But I think they're there as just a goodwill gesture and a, you know, sharing the love of the hobby type thing. I'm going to paint on a little bit of water because I definitely noticed, even though there was a lot of, space for the lather to rinse out onto, I think I had it really dry on that first pass. So, I'm just going to put paint on a little bit of water. I don't like my razor clogging up. And this, I don't think I mentioned it, this is the CK1 formula. So the original Crown King formula, the more budget-friendly option from PAA. And my go-to option from PAA. I don't see any reason to buy CK6 when CK1 is a very solid performer. Alright. Enough painting it on. I think I got enough on there. Alright, let's see how against the grain goes. That definitely felt nice. It definitely has a little bit of a bulky... I don't want to say it has a bulky head, because it has a slim head, but there's just no getting around the size of a gem blade. And so at certain angles for me, there's a blind spot, you know what I mean? And for me, that's kind of where it gets tricky as a bearded shaver. Because then you start going a little bit off feel rather than actually seeing what's going on. If I was clean shaving, you know, shaving the entire face, I don't think I would have to, you know, have much concern about blind spots, unless the blind spot just so happened to be like around my ear or something, or God forbid like your nose, which that doesn't even make sense. But as a bearded shaver, I have my beard lines to try to keep in order, and so those blind spots kind of put me at risk of fucking up my beard lines. Which it'll grow back, sure, but at the same time, I don't want to mess anything up that I don't have to. Alright, let's get a little bit of this. And then we'll feel around here in a second. Just gonna do a little bit. I do kind of a hybrid 2-pass. Where I have like spirals on my neck, so I just kind of, I do my with the grain and against the grain, and then I just do like a little bit of a across the grain action during each pass, right there where those spirals on my neck are, just to kind of get to BBS in those areas. And most of the time I'm pretty easily successful at that without overshaving. So that felt pretty good, but let's get this lather off and we'll see how we did. The soap performed really good, even though it was dry on the first pass. It wasn't so dry that it didn't have slickness, you know. Like it was, at the end of the day, a dry lather is still a lather. And for me, a dry lather works like almost every time. I know people get hung up on, you know, if your soap ain't blooping, then it ain't hydrated enough and it ain't gonna work. But I just think that's bullshit. If your soap is, if you have a lather, then there's moisture in it, and there's, at least for me, there's enough moisture. Now, I don't recommend shaving like that. Obviously, getting a nice glossy sheen is the, you know, the place to be. That's ideal lather, but you can just plow right ahead, in my opinion. If it's dry on the first pass, just make some adjustments on the second pass like I just did. No big deal. It's definitely not, definitely doesn't call for me to like pause my shave and start all over or anything like that. Alright, we got the Lancaster towel. This was nice. So, about to use an aftershave sample of Gondelier, since I don't have the full aftershave bottle. But I was thrilled to hear some awesome news whilst I was on vacation. Marion the Barbarian, my good buddy Marion, he contacted me and bitched me out on Instagram in front of our friends. And he said, "You motherfucker." You motherfucker. You couldn't just leave good enough alone. And then he attached a picture of a PAA aftershave bottle with a quality, industry standard restrictor on it. And I'm not talking about the shit stricter that we all know and hate. I am talking about a quality, industry standard restrictor that you don't need to jump through hoops in order to get a very easy flow of aftershave. So I applaud Douglas for folding to the masses, and I'm taking most of the credit. I know people were on the shit stricter train. I have my General Max Shaves to thank. Excellent work, brother. This is going to be like my speech at the podium. There were plenty that came before me that were bitching about the aftershave bottles, and I applaud you guys for putting in the groundwork. But I kind of grabbed the baton, and I did what they were unwilling to do, and that was be relentless. Alright, some Gondelier aftershave splash in the 99-cent sample bottle, which, if you guys don't know, PAA offers 99-cent aftershave splash samples, and I think that is an excellent value, an excellent source to discover PAA's offerings, and I couldn't recommend it highly enough. I've tried like 15 of them, and it really gives me an idea. I get about 2 uses out of each one, and it gives me a great idea of what the scent is, and it really guides my purchases with PAA. So, that was a fantastic shave. Sorry for going a little bit long, but I'm trying a bunch of new shit at the same time, and sometimes that happens. So, we will finish off where we started with our Cerveza from Mexico. And this was a beautiful shave. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I thank you for the support. I'll catch you on the next one. And we fucking got them, guys. We fucking got them. Quality restrictors on PAA aftershaves. Can I get an amen? Amen! Alright. I'm out.